Hey guys, welcome back to Emlyn in the Mix. Got a very exciting soft synth I'm going to show you tonight. Well, actually it's a drum synth, and it's from a little company known by the sweet little name of Sugar Bytes. Well, actually not really a little company, it might be a massive company for all we know, but they make some really awesome boutique drum, soft synths and effects. So what is this drum computer all about? Well, let's check it all out. Let's see how it sounds. You're on Emlyn in the Mix. Boom. Alright guys, so the first thing to look at when we look at this particular drum computer is that you have 8 individual voices for all your different sounds, and they're all synthesis engines inside which you can actually program, manipulate yourself. Basically, you can make any sound you want. So we're going to get stuck straight into how to sing sounds. Let's check it out. So I've just got the default up here. I'll play these back for you. You can have a listen to the different sound. It doesn't sound like a usual kit, right? There's a snare drum. They're all synthesized. There is a wavetable sample playback as well though. But just a really genuinely very interesting sounding type of kit. Now I'm going to go straight into the sequencer here so we can have a look. So if I press play up here and then I press play in my DAW, it's going to play the sequence back. So you get a full idea for how the kit actually sounds. So it sounds pretty good, right? Now I can actually go through the presets here, and we're obviously going to get different sequences and patterns and that sort of thing. So why don't we go through some of the kits and just take a listen to this thing in action. Now the cool thing, obviously, if I'm pressing play off my DAW, it's going to synchronize with your music as well. So there's a very nice 4 to the floor sort of beat. Now one of the cool things is if you have a look at the sequencer here, you can see some of the flows going forward and some of it's going back, and it's sort of sharing this back and forth, but you're getting a sort of different discrepancy between the rhythm. Just changes up the rhythm, makes it a bit more random and interesting. So you can see some are going back and then some are just looping as well. And you can actually change the direction here, if you can see that, change the direction to either be just a loop, or you can change it to go back and forth as well, which is really interesting. So we make that a loop, make that a loop as well. And it's actually, you can see it's going to change the rhythm straight away. Alright, we'll continue to go through some of these presets. Pretty cool, I really like some of these sounds. Now you do have a randomization feature as well. So for example, if we're on 4 at the moment, I don't think there's any sounds in there, but if I put a randomization in there, okay, so it's going to add some hits in there. And I could also change the direction with that sound that we've just entered, which is, sounds a bit like a clap, I guess. Whoa, messing with the, so it's going back. It's a little bit of a not so good rhythm actually, it's not really working. But then you've also got randomization you can do on the velocity, on roll and that sort of thing as well. So I could do this. So I'll put some roll in there as well, just to give us some small intricacies. So the randomization feature actually works really well on this drum computer. It doesn't actually destroy, unlike some other soft synths and drum synths that I played with. You do the randomization feature, it utterly destroys your rhythm. So fortunately this is pretty good. We'll keep going through some presets here. Now one cool thing actually, you can hear the presets, they have a very different sound, I guess, and it's very Sugar Bytesy. I love Sugar Bytes and they make some really interesting stuff, but Sugar Bytes has always sort of had a boutique, sort of interesting and unique sound, and they've really followed it up with this drum computer. Now, one thing I did want to show you is you can keep this pattern here that we've got, and you're going to actually do make kit, and then it's just going to create a random synthesized kit for you. So we're going to make kit here. Same pattern, different kit. I'll do it again. We'll make a different kit. Boom. That's cool. I really like that feature. And you could just go through. So say you had a pattern you really enjoyed, you just go through, find the sounds you want. But as I said, all the features and hands-on control is all there to change and manipulate the sound to exactly how you want. So simply by going back to, for example, our bass drum number 1 here, I can now change it to how I want it to sound. I can even solo it just so we can hear it, what it's doing. Put the tone up. Come back into the sequencer, maybe change it up. Just randomize it up a bit, the direction. So you can see you can really mess around and really just create something from scratch, and that's what's really cool about Sugar Bytes. It's always very intuitive to get some new and unique and awesome sounds. One thing I did want to show you next, and you probably saw me just switching over to that window before, is if you click on the kit mode here, this takes us back to a very basic, just some easy macros, which have been set up by the presets to be able to manipulate just some very basic and key sounds. So I'll just show you that really quick. For example, you've just got a modifier and you've got the K, but actually they do quite a lot, so I'll play it back here. So we add some decay to our bass drum. And that's just me playing with decay and the modifier. And then it's got access. Whoa, mega decay. It's got access to pitch as well above it. And you got some access to some character type things here, like you got your tube and tape and warmth, which is a really cool little feature. And then the amount of pump as well here. Sort of acting like a compressor basically. Change the kit, take this back. Just really cool sort of bit crushy sort of samples and sounds. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is there's this actual remix feature, which it's sort of down here in the bottom right. Basically you can sort of dial it in, and it sort of does some sort of twerky types. I don't know the best word for that, but sort of twerks it up. Let's just play around, I'll show you this. Put it on remix here. It reminds me a little bit of the beat delay, I think it's called, in Ableton Live. Yeah, just sort of mashes it up a bit. I'll just change the sound here. I'll change the preset. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Brake Tweaker as well. It's very cool indeed. But that's pretty much it, guys. Just a quick rundown of the Sugar Bytes drum computer. Just wanted to show you. Very cool, very neat little plugin. Only came out a couple of weeks ago. Should you check it out? For sure, why not? There's a demo. Try it now, guys. Thanks so much for joining me on Emlyn and Mix. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos like this, where I'm going to be reviewing equipment and software, and we're going to have giveaways soon too. Big congratulations and shout out to Thomas from Poland, who won the SE microphone bundle just recently. Well done to you. Alright guys, subscribe to the channel to be in with a chance of winning some crazy prizes, and just to be with me, of course. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Peace out. Ooh.